Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's funny.
Great, thank you.
Just like we were taught. Just like we were taught.
Like it's the beginning of a beautiful.
On roll call, Mr. Ayer.
I'm here.
Mr. Bartlett.
Here.
Mrs. Brown Knight.
Here.
Dr. Lewis.
Here.
Mr. Van Stone.
Here.
We have a new member with us tonight.
Welcome.
And Mr. York.
Here.
All right. Okay. All right, any questions regarding the minutes from the last meeting? That'd be the December the 18th meeting, our last meeting of the year, last year. Everything good? No questions? I'm not hearing anything. Motion and a second to accept.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ayer.
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett.
Aye.
Mrs. Brown Knight.
Aye.
Dr. Lewis.
Abstain.
Oh, that's right, you weren't
I
here.
was gone.
And
Sick.
Mr. Van Stone. All right, Mr. York.
Aye.
All right, we have enough to pass. All right, in communications. Oh, wait a minute, wait, hold on. What about the minutes from the capital improvements meeting? We're gonna
need
accept
those
those? Yeah. Okay, we had the minutes from the capital improvements meeting. That was the meeting before. Any questions regarding those minutes? No? Motion is second to accept those minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ayer.
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett.
Aye.
Brown Knight.
Aye.
Dr. Well, guess you two weren't there.
I have reviewed them, and I have no objection, but I will not vote. I'll
Okay.
say that.
Well, thank you for reviewing them.
Abstain.
Mr. York?
Aye.
All right, that's those minutes. All right, in communications, you have Chuck Barlow, Mr. Barlow's monthly tax department report. Where's Chuck? There he is. Any remarks or comments? At this time, any questions?
Good year.
Good year, yes. Collections are up, at least for the moment. All right, from Mr. Holloway, we have the building department's report. Rod? Comments?
None.
Remarks?
None.
Questions?
May I ask why the taxes are up, or the collections are up?
So you're asking,
You may ask, of course you may ask.
Why?
Well, actually, COVID kind of benefited us because a lot of people work from home now. We have a lot more remote work.
That's the.
So far in the last couple of weeks, I've got a few new accounts for the same thing, but last year was a really good year for getting new accounts. So instead of getting 0.25 of some of our residents, we're getting a full 1.25.
So that's
And the
what's
economy's
driving
going
it.
well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, now to Mr. Holloway's report. He has no remarks, but are there any questions regarding the report? No? I just want to say I continue to be extremely pleased with Mr. Holloway's work that he does for us in the building department. Rod?
Has there been any movement on rental inspections?
Yeah, you want to address that? Go ahead. Yes, there has in part.
Yeah, I mean, since the last meeting, I took away that I was going to draft an
Yeah.
email to Ed. I have not done that as of yet. And in the month of December, we had one rental inspection. So,
So not a lot of progress,
No.
but
Well, it's in the right direction.
it's all relative. Yeah.
Turn in an oil
It's
tanker.
100% more than zero. So.
Yeah.
Turn in an oil
Exactly.
tanker.
Yeah, thank you, Rod.
All right, Mr. York has submitted a little bit of an update here regarding the Centennial Committee's work, kind of a year-end report. Randy, you want to go ahead and give us a little overview?
Oh, no, well, it's just, I'll preface it, and I think I said this in the first paragraph. It was the village, it was MPF, a big part of this, the Centennial Committee, certainly a lot of other committees, preschool parents was really involved, and residents and corporate funders, and I just detailed kind of our major activities and where we are on raising funds for the three main Centennial capital projects. and a projection of where we might be in 2024.
And we hope to hear by March, if I'm correct, on the two larger grants that we've applied for, the land and water grant and the appropriations grant. Am I
Yeah,
correct?
those are all first quarter 2024.
First quarter, okay. And we all have our fingers crossed on those.
I did get an email from Lansman's office today about their community projects funding. They're having a webinar in a couple weeks.
Weeks, yeah.
talking about that.
Okay. Well, very good work so far.
What is the, maybe, where's the total that you were? Did I miss it?
Well, he's got it here, 1.4 million that he got so far.
Impressive, very impressive.
Do you find it?
Yeah, and how much in asks do we have out?
About another million.
Okay. And how much do we need?
About 2.2
2.2 million more, or in total?
all total.
Well, but I mean, we already have, I mean, we have some already.
One-
We have
1.4.
1.4.
So we need
raised.
800,000 more.
Yeah.
So probably we need to identify about 400,000 more in grants. And typically, it's
Correct.
50%.
Yep, yep.
You're doing incredible.
So
It's
of
incredible.
that 500,000 from the Emory, how much is designated to which projects?
Well, MPF has committed 150,000 to Dogwood, and the rest of it would go to Dale.
Okay.
Well, actually, they've committed 150 to your land and water grant, right?
That was the reasoning behind it, yes.
Yes, that's what the motion there approved.
Yeah.
So if the land and water grant doesn't come,
That's not my understanding.
okay,
Well, as we get closer to that.
We'll
you know,
find out.
Yeah, we'll get clarification going
One
forward.
other additional point, Susan, since you asked, their MPF board has made an initiative and asks, I don't know the amount. I just know I was one of them. And I know that was something the board was tasked with. So I don't know the results of that yet, but they are making that effort for the Dale Park project.
Well, the work is phenomenal.
No, well, they're all great projects, I mean, without question. All right, it's time for the election of our new president pro tem for council. Do we have a nomination
I'd
for
like to
that?
nominate Matt Ayers.
I will second
Yeah.
that.
Oh, Mr. Ayer. Mr. Ayer. Do you accept?
For 1 year, right?
Yes.
1 year, yes, that'll be fine.
Actually, it would be 350,
He looks healthy.
58 days.
Think I'm good.
Well, for the first council meeting, though. So.
All right, since we have, we had a second on this, did I hear a second?
Yes.
Sorry, all right, Mr. Ayer, you can, of course, vote for yourself.
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett?
Aye.
Ms. Brown Knight?
Aye.
Dr. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Vanstone?
Aye.
Just kidding.
Mr. York?
I
Aye.
had to
All
go
right.
for some drama. It's New Year without a little drama.
You're at
right?
the edge of our seats.
Do you wish to wish me good health?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to be checking on your health and your, getting to the doctor and everything on a regular basis.
Tomorrow,
When I was
right?
vice mayor,
Your
I told
appointment's
them,
at
don't
2
get in
o'clock
front of me on the
tomorrow,
steps,
Bill.
Bill. Just don't do it.
Full
I
blood
don't know.
work, Bill,
I think
tomorrow.
Mr. York was giving me funny looks. so-
Not on my bucket list.
No, yeah.
Here, I cooked you something.
Yeah. Look, we have to have a little fun here. All right, permission to address council. Do we have anyone tonight that wishes to address council? Mr. Sabo? All right, could you please state your name and your address, please?
Sid Sabo, 3857.
Thank you.
Indian View. I prepared something to read to council. I attended the open house on the Miami intersection and liked what I saw in the drawing of the intersection. However, it failed to address the problem of speeding on Miami. The proposed intersection needs to be a four-way stop. This is the best way to make the intersection control traffic and meet the safety needs of those who live here and use the intersection. What I didn't like was the 4-foot-long concept drawing of the proposed destruction of the trolley line park by running the Mariemont connector through it. No alternatives are proposed. You continue to ignore the wishes of these residents who live there and enjoy the park as it presently exists. I have an idea that can solve this problem. Why not install a sidewalk abutting the south side of Hiawatha from the school sidewalk to Miami Ave? A 5-foot wide solid sidewalk will not encroach significantly on the 70-foot wide width of the trolley line park. There will still be 65 feet of unobstructed recreational green space left to use and enjoy. Then the Mariemont connector in our neighborhood would consist of 2 share-the-use roads for cyclists and 2 sidewalks for pedestrians. This sidewalk would be a win for everyone, for those who want to preserve Trolley Line Park, for those who want pedestrian safety, and those who want the connector. In hindsight, we should thank Crown and Choice One for forcing us to reimagine our neighborhood and improve it by making it safer. What we end up doing may not be what they envision, but it's the neighborhood, it's our neighborhood, and that is the best, and what is best for us is our primary goal. You never really appreciate what you have until you face the prospect of losing it forever. Do not subject us to the trauma of watching the destruction of Trolley Line Park. Save Trolley Line Park. Thank you.
Thanks, Sid. Let me quickly address two aspects there. One, Mr. Ayer and I met with Choice One, I don't know, when was that, last week or something, to review some of the proposed options for the intersection. And they are currently preparing a report, so we don't have a definite plan there. But I mean,
realize that.
Yeah, so we don't have that. And then also Choice One, and I'm going to ask Chris to sort of help me out here, they are preparing the construction documents for 2 of the options or 1 of the options through the Hiawatha median as proposed. And that was essentially that was based on some of the feedback that we received, from the open public meetings and others. And I'm assuming that once that, and we also don't have a report from them on that yet either, do we? Correct. Yeah, correct. So I think once we have all of that in hand and things are digested by the council, then there will be a vote on the actual plan or the route going through there.
So we'll get to see this intersection.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's coming.
Yeah, there are renderings and drawings
And options.
and options on that intersection, and where one of the important aspects of it was where the pathway would actually cross Miami, in a safe manner. And so a couple of the different options there. You want to move that crosswalk, so to speak, down the hill somewhat. There's an existing crosswalk. It's just a teeny bit, I guess it would be south of Rembold. It will probably be in that neighborhood, the new crosswalk. Whether there's going to be a stop sign there or something is yet to be determined.
And then could you describe to me again what you were saying? I didn't fully understand what your idea was for the path. So a 5-foot sidewalk, where?
Are you familiar with Hiawatha?
Very familiar, yes.
I'm just proposing that instead of putting the connector meandering through Trolley Line Park,
Yeah.
to put a 5-foot sidewalk abutting the south side of Hiawatha, where there is nothing now.
Okay.
Put it there.
Okay.
That would take up 5 feet of the Trolley Line Park. Just run that from Miami.
okay.
Once that new intersection is put in, run it from there all the way to the sidewalk that is
For the school.
now basically connected to the bottom of Pocahontas. which part of that is, I guess, going to be replaced because it's in bad shape.
Okay.
Just run that thing right along the south side of Hiawatha, not through all the green space.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. That was helpful.
We're closing in on the decision, like I said.
Well, they're trying to put in an alternative.
No. Well, I mean, no, you're obviously more than welcome to come in here and give us that and tell us, that there may be another consideration, of course.
Will there be a public hearing prior to that decision?
On the intersection, I think we've held all the public hearings that we're going to hold. It's my understanding, at least. I mean, I could be wrong about this.
They were all options. The question I have is,
On the pathway itself, through the median. We've had the public meetings on those.
In the intersection too, right? I mean, the last one
Well,
was on intersection.
there were a lot of options. I was at that
Yeah.
meeting, and it looked like there were a lot of different options and so forth. I'm just saying that I think it behooves us to have a public meeting once a decision's made to get input.
Well, you'd want to get the input before the final decision would actually be made, so that once we get this report
So be
back
it.
from choice one, outlining, I would assume, maybe 2 options, 3 options,
Maybe
something.
narrow them down.
Yeah, narrow them
Well, that's
down,
fine.
then you would have a public meeting.
And the report, of course, will be public and
Yeah.
go to everybody and be emailed to everybody and be advertised that it's there and so forth, and then accept comments on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just proposing an option.
Yes, you are.
Yep, sounds
Yeah.
good.
I hope it's acted upon as one of the options. That when you actually have a meeting of the people in our neighborhood, they will be able to see something that is different than what they've been seeing for the last year and a half.
Sure. Sure.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sid. Thank you.
Thank you, Sid.
Anyone else? No? We all good? All right, now we're going to do something that looks a teeny bit out of normal procedure around here. We're going to pass this ordinance to make the temporary appropriations so that we can actually vote on paying the bills.
I wasn't thinking.
You all have got a copy of it there, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. This is the first reading, an ordinance to make temporary appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Mariemont, State of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024. And we actually do not need an emergency because it has to do with our appropriations. It just needs 3 readings.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So we've had the first reading. I need a motion and a second to suspend the rules and allow for the second and third reading.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ayer.
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett.
Aye.
Ms. Brown Knight.
Aye.
Dr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone.
Aye.
Mr. York. All right, may we?
Aye.
I'm sorry. May we have the second reading, please?
An ordinance to make temporary appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Mariemont, State of Ohio, during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024.
Okay. This is discussion. I think we all know what this is. Does anybody have a question? We all good?
It's just temporary, right? Like you said.
That is
This
correct.
Temporary, and
Yep.
we'll finalize it in March.
Yep. And you can see the permanent improvement appropriations are, as we talked about in our meeting on the 18th.
Okay, this is the
Third
third
reading.
reading. An ordinance to make temporary appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Mariemont, State of Ohio, during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024.
All right, a motion and a second to adopt.
So moved. Second.
So moved.
Did you make a motion?
I didn't read.
He
Yes.
moved, I second.
Sorry. Mr. Ayer.
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett.
Aye.
Mrs. Brown Knight.
Aye.
Dr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone.
Aye.
Mr. York.
Aye.
All right. Adopted.
With respect to the permanent improvements, now that we have approved it, and now that we've passed this ordinance and we, on an emergency basis, the pool projects, the company that is going to reline the drain pipe from the lap pool, they book up. And so it's very important that we get them a purchase order as soon as we can, just to get them on the schedule, because they're a niche business and they schedule out, multiple months, and so is there any reason why we can't get them a PO pronto at this point?
Allison sent an email, right, explaining the process?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so we have the appropriation.
Yep.
So from my perspective, whatever, the
And we have
process
the
that-
proposal, and we have a one-page form, and
Does that still
I
need to
think-
go through committee?
Well, it's either going
recommendation.
to be Chuck or Ben are going to have to basically write.
To our-
right.
Right?
I thought we said if it was approved as part of, hey, Ed? Ed, I thought we said if it was approved as part of the permanent improvement fund, that we didn't have to go back through committee, because we did that with the police cars, right? Remember, we said, okay, once it's approved
Okay.
here,
Right.
it doesn't have to go through committee again. It can just-
Right.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, we're not, I didn't.
Yeah, nobody's
it's not gonna
suggesting
go
it goes back to committee.
Right,
I just want to get them something formal so that we get on the schedule, because they book up, and I don't want to miss this opportunity, because
Yeah.
they actually want to do it, and if they can, they want to do it in like March on a nice, they need 4 days, but March or April.
Now it's appropriated,
Yep,
there'll have to be a spending request because it's what, six or 40, I can't remember which was.
yeah,
So
42,000.
there'll have to be a spending request that'll
Yep.
have to be approved by council.
Okay, so I was hoping we could even have that tonight. Is there, which it's not, because nobody prepared it, but, so we'll have that can we have that next
Next meeting.
council
Oh, sure.
meeting?
So that would be a resolution then?
Yeah,
No,
you can do that.
well, we'll-
Joni's looking,
Well, I don't think it's a
think we need-
resolution,
we
it's
don't
just
need a
a
Just a,
spending
just a
request.
spending,
It's just-
one-page
okay, yeah, it's just-
spending request
okay,
form.
yeah, that format we have, the
Yeah.
form we have.
Yeah,
It's already been appropriated, right, yeah.
Yeah.
correct.
We
It's
just need
just
to
another hoop to jump through for,
okay,
spend a request approved by council and then a purchase order.
yeah.
yeah.
Are we allowed to get bids pending an approval of the spending request?
We've got all the bids we're gonna get.
We just want to get in line. with the
Yeah, we
company
just want to get
that
them,
sets you up.
we just want to get them officially on the schedule, so we don't lose the opportunity.
Well, I don't see any harm in that. I don't see any harm, basically, you call them up tomorrow and say, we want to get in line.
I've already done that.
Well,
And do they understand the procedure that we have to?
I've
go through?
already explained it in
I
great
figured that.
detail. Municipal finance, I can't officially tell you anything, but it's been approved by council, and please plan to do it.
Okay, oh, good,
Yeah,
all right,
Good to go.
sounds.
yeah, and they
like-
say, well, send us a PO.
Oh, that's
We
what they
didn't
say?
pay
Yeah.
bills.
Darn.
Jumped in.
you jumped in. Okay.
Good reason.
Apparently, we haven't paid the bills yet. So, any other questions regarding the bills? We all good? All right. Motion and a second to pay the bills, please.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Air,
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett,
Aye.
Mrs. Brown Knight,
Aye.
Dr. Lewis,
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone,
Aye.
Mr. York.
Aye.
All right, let's pay the bills. All right, we have committee reports tonight, doesn't look like. Under miscellaneous, village offices will be closed Monday, January the 15th, in observance of Martin Luther King Day. Looks like we need two nominees, two members of council for the Volunteer Firemen's Dependents Board. Apparently, Mrs. Rankin and Marcy, you were on that, I guess it looks like.
And
huh?
we kicked some butt doing that.
Okay.
Marcy.
We got so
It was
much done.
So fulfilling.
So much stuff, okay.
Are you being sarcastic?
Not at all.
Never.
Never.
Kelly?
Me?
Kelly.
Come on.
All right, do we have any volunteers wish to step forward?
What do you do? What do you have to do?
Yeah, what is it?
Nothing.
You don't even go to a meeting or anything?
You get to ride on the fire truck.
I'll do it, because,
Do you want to stay on it?
well, it was a big time commitment that
It
I,
was, and I'll vouch for that.
I'll take one for the team.
Okay,
I'll do it.
okay, all right. We vote on that?
Yeah, I just go ahead and, everybody good?
We all good? Sure. Okay, we're all good. All right, committee assignments. I don't think we're really making any changes in committee assignments here tonight at this moment. There's been a sort of a proposal made between Mrs. Brown Knight and Mr. Ayer, but that's something that they're going to discuss and talk about. I don't think we need to bring it up here tonight. All right?
So Bob's just taking Kelly's spots?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Well, in 3 places, of course. And-
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I don't think I could take Kelly's place, but that's a separate issue.
He will endeavor to take her
I will
place.
That's how we did it when I came in, because Kelly just
Thank
stayed in our
you.
same places
I'm taking that as a compliment.
in 2019, and I just took over, I think, Mary Ann's.
Okay. All right, so we're all good with that for the time being. Okay, council appointments to the Planning Commission. Now, we have a little bit of a situation where we currently have 2 members now, 2 council members sitting on Planning Commission. We can really only have the 1. It's my recommendation that that he remains because he's sitting as chair. He's been doing a good job, and I do believe that Dr. Lewis has agreed to come off the Planning
Yes,
Commission. Am I
I'm
correct?
happy to yield to
Okay.
Bob.
So I will endeavor then to fill that, and I will, my next council, if possible, I'll try to have a nomination there. Are you okay?
Bob does a great job there.
He does.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And Matt just stays on ARB, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
I'm just getting kicked to the curb
That's
everywhere.
right, Marcy. Good thing you got that tree thing going.
I know.
Now, Matt's been doing a fine job on ARB. I don't want to lose him. No. All right, the annual Outstanding Citizen Award will be due to Mrs. Van Pelt by March the 7th.
24. 2024.
It's, well, yeah, a little misprint there, 2024. And just so you all know, I can't be nominated.
Again.
Yeah, again. Rob
can
holds it
spouse-
back.
Can spouses of former council people be nominated?
Sure,
Thank you.
sure. If you can find a dead squirrel someplace to nominate you. No. All right, gotta have a little fun.
I know where you live.
Yeah, I know where I live. All right.
It's
All right,
developing
moving on
quickly.
to resolutions, please.
This is the second reading to appoint Tim Wiley as a member of the Pool Commission for the calendar years 2024 and 2025.
All right, that was the second reading. Any discussion? I think we all know what this is. We're all good, correct?
He's a good man.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a good guy.
He is.
Not great neighbors, but
Okay,
All right?
Dave Middleton.
This is the third reading to appoint Dave Middleton as a non-voting member of the Tree Advisory Board for the calendar years 2024 and 2025.
All right, a nomination and a second to go ahead.
So moved.
Second.
Second. All right, Mr. Ayer,
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett.
Aye.
Ms. Brown Knight.
Aye.
Dr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone.
Aye.
Mr. York.
Aye.
All right,
Okay.
he's on.
This is the third reading to appoint Larry Gray as a voting member of the Tree Advisory Board for the calendar year 2024.
Motion and a second to put Mr. Gray on.
So moved.
Second.
I'm
Second.
sorry, was that
Yeah,
Rob?
yeah. Mr.
Aye.
Ayer. Mr. Ayer.
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett.
Aye.
Ms. Brown Knight.
Aye.
Dr. Lewis.
Aye.
Excuse me, Mr. Van Stone.
Aye.
Mr. York.
Aye.
All right. This is a third reading to appoint Steve Pipkin as a non-voting member of the Tree Advisory Board for the calendar year 2024.
All right, motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ayer.
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett.
Aye.
Ms. Brown Knight.
Aye.
Dr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone.
Aye.
Mr. York.
Aye.
Steve's a good guy, and that'll be a great addition.
All right. This is a third reading to reappoint Marianne Prue as a non-voting member of the Tree Advisory Board for the calendar year 2024.
All right, motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Mr. Ayer.
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett.
Aye.
Ms. Brown Knight.
Aye.
Dr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone.
Aye.
Mr. York.
Aye.
All right, another good addition.
Okay. This is first reading to confirm the reappointment of Michael Lockhart as swim pool manager for calendar years 2024 in 2025, and to set compensation.
Okay, that's the first reading. Second reading will be next 2 weeks.
Okay, to confirm the reappointment of Christopher M. Ertl as village engineer for calendar year 2024, and to set compensation.
First reading, we'll have the second reading next council.
Right, this is the first reading. To convert and appoint village zoning officer Rod Holloway from independent contractor to part-time village employee for the calendar year 2024, and to set compensation. This is really just to set the compensation. I can rename that.
Yeah, okay, but that's the first reading, correct?
Correct.
And for some reason, I lost my place here.
Okay.
All right, second reading next council.
Okay. This is a first reading resolution to enter into agreement with Optimized IT and to declare emergency.
All right, we've had the first reading. I need to,
Did you miss one there?
That one was tabled.
Okay.
I need a motion and a second to suspend the rules and allow for the second and third reading.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ayer,
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett.
Aye.
Ms. Brown Knight.
Aye.
Dr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone.
Aye.
Mr. York.
Aye.
Second reading, please.
Okay. Resolution to enter into agreement with Optimized IT and to declare emergency.
All right, that's the second reading. Any discussions,
Yeah,
questions?
Could you just give us a little backstory about the process?
yes, I agree. I was just going to ask the same question, so.
Mr. Barlow and I, we interviewed, I would say, maybe 6 potential candidates, kind of ranging from very small to sort of medium to a couple of, or I guess 3 larger, what I would consider more professional-type firms. We, spent a lot of time, looking over the different specifications, the pricing, so on and so forth. We actually, on Optimized, because they are local, we actually paid a visit to their corporate offices, saw the facilities, met a great deal of the staff, so on and so forth. And they, I would say they meet most of the qualifications of things that we felt were important, what they were going to do for us. And the other 2 were good companies, the larger companies. One was located in Michigan, and that makes it kind of hard to have, on-site visits when you need work or something like that done. The other one was slightly north of Dayton. So we've narrowed it down to these, and as you can see in there, I guess one of the questions that we might want to consider, if we sign a 3-year contract, they will waive the $3,000 onboarding fee. The way they describe that is, they have to come to our facility, they load certain software and things onto our computers. This is a way of them constantly monitoring and being able to check whether we're getting hacked and so on and so forth. If, I guess it's an expensive process and procedure. If you sign a 1-year contract and then 6 months later you want to get out of it, of course, they want to make sure that they've covered those expenses, kind of thing. So,
Because I think that's a good question to ask. If it's a 3-year contract, is it locked into this rate? So, that could be a positive too, if you're locking in that rate for 3 years.
yeah, I do believe it is locked in, yes.
Okay,
yeah.
because that could be, again, with inflation.
With
the way-
inflation and things going up.
That's big.
Yeah.
But what are our outs?
You mean if we don't like them? Well, there are outs. There are outs. So, like, again, if we opt for a 3-year contract and we basically decide in 6 months that we don't like it, we can get out. It's my understanding we can. We would just owe them the $3,000 for the onboarding. But if you don't want to do a 3-year contract, you're going to pay the $3,000 anyway.
Yeah. So if you got to last all 3 years to avoid paying that $3,000?
My understanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it
I think it's a-
prorated, or is it all, or is it 3,000 prorated, 1,000 per year, or anything like that, or is it just all or nothing?
No, the
fixed
3,000
cost.
is an upfront, kind of an upfront type of a fee. Yeah.
Well, but like you said, if you sign a 3-year contract, it's not upfront.
Well, then you don't.
It's not at all.
But they could still ding you on the backside, like you said, if you don't last the whole 3 years.
Yes.
theoretically.
Well, now, if you lasted 2.5 years, I would think you could probably negotiate that you wouldn't have to own all of the $3,000.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd want to get into that position with them. I mean,
Right. But I mean, it would be nice to have that in writing from them that says if it's prorated or whatever, if you know.
oh, you mean if we go,
Just, yeah, after 2 years, let's just say after 2
2
years, you're like, you know what, this is.
yeah,
just
we
not
own
working.
$1,000 or something.
Or something, yeah, just to make sure
I
that
would
it's.
imagine it's not prorated, though.
If it were, it would probably be in the contract. I mean, well, look, we can ask them that, but,
Yeah.
I can't imagine that's how they're doing it.
yeah.
So it seems like, so we'd want to know that definitively or not. And then, to your point, I mean, if we can lock in this rate for 3 years, that could be a really good thing.
Well, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'm certain the rate is locked in for 3 years. Wasn't that your understanding as well as my understanding? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, setting that, knowing that the rate isn't, if there's no escalators, there's no, because you know, like how Rumpke has that
I know.
inflation escalator.
Yeah.
I didn't read anything in this that talked about any kind of inflation escalator.
Yeah, well, they'll get you in 3 years,
Well, yeah.
yeah. But,
But then you can be out the bid and you can go for somebody else if
Yeah.
you need to.
yeah, times change in 3 years. You know, we probably want to take another look and review them again and all that type of thing, yeah, for sure. But I mean, like I said, we visited these facilities and they were impressive. I mean, this looks like an operation, you know, they're going to be on the job 24/7. They're going to pay us do an on-site visit here to make, you know, an assessment about, you know, the overall, what does our IT facilities really look like? You know, we may,
Yeah.
you know, have a collection of various things that we want to consolidate and so on and so
Well,
forth.
yeah, because I didn't realize we have 20 workstations, it says here.
I know, yeah. Well, if you start really counting them up. you know,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
Well, I wonder if you, talking about you consolidating, like you talked about, and because some of the fee is based on a per workstation basis.
Yeah.
So if you find out, you say, hey, I don't need, maybe it's only 18 versus
Right.
20.
Yeah.
You can reduce the cost some that way, too.
Yeah, I was kind of talking about, though, I mean, that's a good point, Rob, but I was more talking about basically, you know, sort of the basic infrastructure of what our systems look
Yeah,
like. And
yeah,
what we're
like
running.
server and all that
And so-
kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
and so on and so forth.
Firewall.
They'll be doing that. And another cool thing that they'll be doing for us is they will be making assessments as to the age of our equipment and then preparing a replacement schedule, you know, so that we don't get dinged, you know, suddenly in 2 years. Like,
And
oh my
that's all
God.
part of what is
Yeah,
their
what they're
base
gonna be doing.
package?
Yeah, yeah.
The replacing the equipment is? Or that?
No, no,
goes in
no,
that-
no,
And
they don't
analyzing
pay.
The assessment, the
Yeah, it's an
assessment.
assessment, and they will
Yeah.
prepare a schedule.
Is that in their
Replace.
proposal somewhere?
Well,
I don't
I don't know
see
where to
it.
find it. I mean, it was something that we discussed.
Be nice if
Well, the
they
place still have to
included
do
that
it.
in their scope of services.
This place still have to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, those are little tweaks that we can
Yeah.
work in, yeah.
Because, I mean, it sounds like you guys did some really good due diligence and everything. Like I said, I think it's just more tweaks in terms of how the contract is structured with them versus yes or no on
Okay.
optimized IT.
So, for example, when we do our office renovation, hopefully in 2024, and we go through and there's various computers and monitors and equipment and printers and whatever, is part of what they do in their base services will be to help us modernize that? Is that base services, or is that something that will be in addition?
No, they will be doing an assessment, you know, as to.
Right, I'm not suggesting that they would replace
no,
everything,
no,
but
no.
they would say, get rid of this,
Mm-hmm.
replace this, you don't need this at all, you know, this is obsolete, whatever. They're gonna do that as part of base services?
That is my understanding, yes. And they would basically say, you know, they're gonna come along and say, you know, this particular workstation or computer or printer or something like that, you know, maybe it's got another, you know, year left on it, 2 years left on it, and it needs to be put on a replacement schedule so that you know that it's out there.
And I don't know much of anything about IT services, to say the least. What does it mean when they say 8 managed switches and APs? I don't even know what that is. What does that mean? That,
Where are you, Matt? What-
I'm in the very first, the NetCare proposal has been prepared for you using the following assumptions. We have 1 supported site, 1 supported Microsoft 365 tenant, 8 managed switches and APs. I don't know what that is. I'm just curious.
Well, that's why we're hiring them.
So they can
Well,
explain what they
You know, I
wrote.
gotta, you know, it must be something we have.
And the 20 managed workstations, is like Bob Van Stone, is he a workstation?
No,
Because
he's
he's got,
He's a
workstation.
workhorse.
Yeah.
because he has an email address, so he's one of the 20 workstations?
Well,
Just-
no, he actually had a workstation
Okay.
over when he was.
So what about Randy, who has just, all he is
I think
an
this is
email
true.
address?
When I read the word workstations, I'm like, that's
Physical,
a-
a physical
Yeah.
workstation.
Yeah.
And that's why it seems so high. I just like, we have 20 laptops or desktops?
Let me ask the chief a question.
They
Do
were in on it.
do they count what's in the police cars as a workstation?
Oh, that's a great.
Those computers are not ours. So this company here cannot touch any computers in the police department because they are regional crime information center computers, and they're not privy to being able to know what's on those computers and what kind of information comes off of them.
To the police computers.
In the cars is the
No,
same.
the cars are the same, but the fire guys, and I think over in the ready room, there's just basically a large.
Those are our computers, so they
All of
will
them?
be, those are our computers, yeah.
But that's where, I think we should.
I
this
think
is
they
a
were,
great-
they
Go ahead.
were counting one or two of those computers, not all of them, because they knew that they were police computers.
Yeah.
I
would just
And then
verify.
like Schippenberg, he had 2 or 3 computers down at the.
Well, that's where,
maintenance bar.
there's an opportunity maybe to optimize.
Yeah,
that, too.
exactly, to
If
cut
we can
that
take a
number
couple
back.
of this out, because again, there's
Yeah.
a per workstation cost in here.
Yeah, there is.
So there's a couple down in maintenance?
Yes.
Ben, do you think you'd need more than one?
One.
Oh.
One, you mean one working? Yeah. Because I know I've seen 2 computers down there.
But they'd only need to support the one.
Yeah.
There,
Well, you know, see,
There's 4
part of the
over there.
onboarding is they come here and they're gonna relook over the facilities. You can get a more accurate count at that time. So you can get that number down to, 12.
That'd be great, yeah, because again, it's a per workstation
Yes.
charge for some of this.
Right.
I think you'll
There it
be able
is.
to do that. I don't know if they were counting all the computers in the police department, but if they are, they did not, okay, because if they are, there's, I think the one computer may be on Lieutenant Pitsley's desk, may be ours. So there, I take that back, there may be one of the computers down there that actually belongs to the police department. The rest of them are RCIC computers, and nobody can touch them other than RCIC.
Yeah.
Well, when it says 20 supported users, to me, I think I'm a supported user because I have an email account that can have glitches in it and stuff. So I just wonder what they count as supported users and what they count as workstations. It'd be good to get
Well, we're trying
clarification
to
on
look,
that.
yeah, trying to look clarification on that. Okay. Okay. All right.
So the clarifications we want to get are,
The replacement schedule, the prorated on the $3,000, clarify how many workstations we have.
and then clarifying that this is for 3 years, I mean,
The rate,
Yeah.
the
is
rate,
Locked in.
yeah.
And to Randy's point, is there, if things go south, what is their exit situation? Like, usually they'll have to say, oh, you gotta give X months' notice and blah, blah, blah. And so that would tie in with the conversation around the 3,000 and if that gets prorated or not, to say, well,
Yeah.
worst case scenario, what happens if?
Okay. All right, I got that. All right.
So are we doing a third reading? Are you going to pass it, or do you want to get that information first?
I think we need to get this
Table.
launched. I mean, if we don't sign the contract, we don't get service, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless you think these are big enough glitches to hold us up, I really think we need to proceed with this. I mean, I'll get the answers to these questions, but I can't, one answer here would be a deal killer.
Showstopper?
Yeah. Randy?
So is this essentially to replace Eli? Is that
Yes.
what we're doing here?
Yes.
So when did Eli give a resignation?
On the 1st.
She told us before, though. She told
She
us.
told us.
Yeah, we
She
knew,
told us months
but-
ago she was gonna, but she technically, wished to stop last week. Now, she's not gonna abandon us, but, I would like to get moving forward with this.
So I can't think of anything that's a showstopper per se, but the whole thing about, are we in agreement that if it's 3 years and it's locked in at these rates, that it's just a thumbs up? To me, it would be a thumbs up. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the 3 year then.
I agree.
I agree.
Matt?
I'm okay with that. I just want to make sure we understand, like, what, I'm not 100% clear what support we're getting and what support we're not getting. For example, I'll use a real simple example. On my laptop, I can't use both my work and Village Office 365 account. There's a glitch. Can I give them my laptop and they're going to figure that out for me? Or is that could be like, oh, that would be extra services? And, or when we do the office transition and we're sorting out, we don't need this computer anymore, we need this one.
The question on that one, Matt, would be, is it your personal computer or is it a village property?
It's a personal computer.
That's on you. This is for village computers only. Can't bring our tablets in or whatever. That would be on you for your service for your computer.
Yeah, but I mean, they may,
I
they may fix it for him, but if there's a charge, that would be on him?
Yeah, it's not village property.
Yeah. Because I mean, they got that little secret room that they told us about where they take all
That's
your.
for when we get new ones.
Yeah, when we get new ones.
We don't know the exact number yet, but we do have a few that are gonna be obsolete here at the end of 25, because they are not updatable, upgradable anymore after that. So there'll be.
So my computer doesn't need a repair or replacement, it's a software issue with the Office 365 authorization between two entities that.
I would still I would stick with the thing. I think it's not a village-owned laptop there. That's not under their purveyance.
And I agree with you, but then I would also assume that 20 user support does not include us as council members, right? Because we're not on computer, we're not on, we're not on village computer, so 20 should not include us.
Yeah, so that's where I'm thinking 20 is too big a number. I can't picture 20 computers.
There's two computers in my office. Chief, you have one in your office, one in Vicky's office.
Well, one in Vicky's office is RCI.
Well, one of them, but the other one,
Are there laptops in the police department?
I don't know the laptops, but they have 2 or 3 in the ready room. You've got, at least 2
You
over
have
the
5
fire
in the
department.
administrative office over
There's
here.
5, yeah, it's.
See,
and then
the-
the
well,
other
that's
laptops-
funny how that number
That's only
gets
like
up
11,
there.
12 though,
And
right
then
there.
you've got
Me?
laptop.
You got the
The
pool.
laptop that's over here that,
Pool needs.
for all intents and purposes, is the server for UAN. You have a laptop too, I think.
Yes.
I'm assuming
The pool
Eli has
has
a
one?
laptop.
The pool
But
will
it-
be one.
The pool.
Pool one.
Yeah, but like Eli's, we don't need to, we should be able to consolidate somewhere there, right? Because
I
somebody can
guess,
take.
well, I guess, well, I'm assuming we're gonna get it back, I would think, if it's a village-owned property.
Right. But I'm just saying, so that's not one of the 20, because you could take that old one maybe and replace it, use Eli's, the one that's gonna go bad in 2025, and say, okay, Eli's not using it anymore.
Well, the one, I tell you, the one that's going bad is the one that right now houses my tax software, so it.
So we can reevaluate the number.
Yeah, we can reevaluate the number, but it's funny how the number gets up there, because see
Yeah, it
suddenly,
is.
you
Right,
know,
yeah.
we're remembering there's more computers around, the police have more, there's more laptops.
Like I said.
Well,
if
the
you guys
20
even-
comes, I will, if
That's
this
one.
eases anyone, the 20
Yeah.
number comes from Eli. That's not them going, oh, we counted this, that is from Eli's information,
Okay.
so.
Okay.
All right, well, anyway, to answer your question, I'm good with it.
So all in, what are we looking at annually? Compared with,
38,100 a year.
Yeah, 38.
Then in this first year, there's an additional 3,831. So it's
Yes.
41,931 this year.
Well, you didn't add in the 3,000.
Yeah, I did. 38,100 is the annual fee, and then the one-time fee is 3,831. I'm looking at the very last page right here.
Oh, okay.
Page 8.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Correct.
3175 monthly.
Times 12, yeah.
And there
Plus
was
one-time
another
fee of
proposal,
38.
but it was more like $4,000 a month.
Yeah. Yes,
But they're gonna
there's
waive
no
the
question
onboarding
about, this is gonna cost us more money than we were paying Eli, but I mean, we're getting, well,
Well, I think we all knew
a
that
lot
was
more.
gonna be the
Yep,
case.
yep.
it's probably, the options in this are, as I said, we talked to a couple of, what I would consider, I kind of hate to use this term, but like mom and pop operations, much smaller, didn't have big offices, so on and so forth. And they all seemed like they were quite competent in everything, but it's just that we weren't comfortable with the feel that we were getting, that they were really going to be able to service us in a manner in which I think we would expect.
I think availability in my world is absolutely key, to be able to, address any issue you might have at
I
like
also
7
believe
o'clock
that we're
at
going
night
to
or
get
whatever.
a lot more cyber protection from with this kind of an arrangement than where we are now.
Yeah, Yeah.
And that with the information that's in the tax office and on Joni's computer, I think that's highly important.
Good point.
Okay.
All right, third reading?
Third reading.
Okay. Resolution to enter into agreement with Optimized IT and to declare emergency.
All right, I need a motion and a second to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ayer?
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett?
Aye.
Ms. Brown Knight?
Aye.
Dr. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone?
Aye.
Mr. York?
Aye.
All right, I need a motion and a second to evoke the emergency clause.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ayer?
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett?
Aye.
Ms. Brown Knight?
Aye.
Dr. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone?
Aye.
And Mr. York?
Aye.
All right,
Okay.
we're good to go on that.
All right, this is a first reading, designating PNC Bank as depository of active and interim deposits of the Village of Mariemont, beginning January 1st, 2024, and ending December 31st, 2028, and to declare emergency.
All right, we've had the first reading. I need a motion and a second to suspend the rules and allow for the second and third reading.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ayer?
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett?
Aye.
Ms. Brown Knight?
Aye.
Dr. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone?
Aye.
Mr. York?
Aye.
May we have the second and third reading, please?
Designating PNC Bank as depository of active and interim deposits of the Village of Mariemont, beginning January 1st, 2024, and ending December 31st, 2028, and to declare emergency.
All right, that's the second reading. Kelly, you have anything to say about this?
Yeah, can you explain what, this is,
This, well, I know, it's very verbose for what, it's basically to maintain our relationship with PNC
okay.
as our bank.
So this doesn't limit how much we put in Star Ohio, because I was reading this thing, and
No.
I'm like, it talks about, okay,
No, it basically continues our relationship with PNC.
okay.
I think you have to have one designated as your
Yeah, it's
depository of
just a
accounts.
protocol.
Got it, got it.
No, third reading, please.
Designated PNC Bank as depository of active and interim deposits of the Village of Mariemont, beginning January 1st, 2024, and ending December 31st, 2028, and to declare emergency.
Can I, one quick question. So this is not a hard commitment? I mean, like if we get upset with them, we can say, okay, we're out, right?
Right.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
All right, motion is second to adopt.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Mr. Ayer?
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett?
Aye.
Ms. Brown Knight?
Aye.
Dr. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone?
Aye.
Mr. York?
Aye.
I need a motion and a second to evoke the emergency clause.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Ayer?
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett?
Aye.
Ms. Brown Knight?
Aye.
Dr. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone?
Aye.
Mr. York?
Aye.
Okay. Ordinances.
Okay. This is a first reading to amend ordinance 0823 of the Mariemont Code of Ordinances to increase payment for employees.
Okay, first reading, we'll have the second reading next council.
Okay. This is a first reading to repeal ordinance number 01223 pertaining to maximum pay rates for all grades of recreation employees and to enact new legislation pertaining to maximum pay rates and for all grades of recreation employees.
All right, that was the first reading. We'll have the second reading next week.
We need to make that change, right?
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and make the motion? We need a
Sure.
motion and a second.
So I think, so I'm assuming, Chuck, I'm looking at you here. So swim instructors and swim team coaches, I'm assuming those are usually older than 16? You know how we have to do two different pay rates, one for 16 and below and one for, and the 16 and, anybody above 16, we have to have the Ohio minimum. And so we'd have to have $10.45 per hour for those.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all over 16, and I guess,
And I don't think those two were addressed in this, in the salary increases.
Right, I agree.
Right.
I
Right.
agree.
We just forgot them.
I agree.
So we're just going to make the bottom minimum wage, correct? And then are you doing a 3% over what?
Well, we're just gonna do the 1045. We're gonna treat it the same that we did the snack gate for people who are older than 16. Because they were the same. They were all $10.10 an hour. And we took that up to 1045, because that 1010 was the Ohio minimum in 2023. 1045 is the Ohio minimum in 2024.
So they're all going to go to 1045?
The two, right? Yeah.
The swim instructors and coaches?
Yes. To be compliant with Ohio minimum wages for people above 16.
Okay, 1045 an hour.
Correct.
Okay.
So
All
we
right,
need a
I'll
motion.
make those changes.
We need a motion to second to amend.
Yes, please.
All right, a motion and a second to amend.
So moved.
Second.
Second, Mr. Ayer.
Aye.
Mr. Bartlett.
Aye.
Ms. Brown Knight.
Aye.
Dr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone.
Aye.
Mr. York.
Aye.
And now motion is second to accept. All right. Motion is second to accept.
So moved.
Second.
Mr.
Aye.
Aye.
Mrs. Brown Knight.
Aye.
Dr. Lewis. Mr. Van Stone.
Aye.
And Mr. York.
Aye.
You shouldn't even wait for my vote.
Oh, didn't I? Well, they're yelling off votes over here faster than I can.
Tried to get
Well, it's
Marcy out of here.
7:25, so tick-tock, tick-tock.
Yeah, I know. That's, I'm aware.
Go Washington.
What?
You do pay attention.
All right. Quickly, any questions, any comments? Anybody wants to say anything about the task list?
Do we need, we don't need to do bids for the concourse trellis now, right? We've already decided
No,
that.
we've already
So-
submitted what we think to be a good estimate of what we're going to spend money on.
Right, right. So it seems like we could take that one off.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go out and get more quotes or anything, right?
14.
No. Well, it's not up to me, but no.
No? Okay. And so,
Oh, thank you.
Take it off?
Can we take higher
Page.
person and company?
The only thing that may be a debater would be the price of the lumber, because it's cedar, and it's a big order. But
okay.
given the current state of construction, so on and so forth, we're going to be ordering this, probably within the next couple of months. I don't foresee a big increase. So I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we're not, again, we're doing it in-house type of thing
Yeah.
anyway, right?
Right.
So-
We're good to take it off, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
And, yeah, we could take the hiring the IT person off now too, because we just agreed to that, seems like.
Yes.
Yes.
Have you and Randy set up the meeting with Waldorf to talk about the parking lot?
Not yet.
Hey, Rob, we had the holidays, man. We're just getting back here.
All right.
And last thing. So would it be possible at the next meeting to maybe get an update on Envision, to hear what their status is or things like that?
Oh,
I mean, I'm excited about the work they're doing. I'd
yeah,
love to
yeah,
hear
yeah.
it.
And no, and hopefully by next meeting, in fact, we will have some.
We actually,
very good news.
we may have a very huge
Very
announcement, so.
positive news to report.
That would be great.
But
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
the holidays kind of slow things down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I just
But it
thought
could
I'd
be
just, at the next meeting, just see if we can get an update on how things are going with that.
Yeah.
Very quickly on the task list, item 1, 2021 financial recap to council. Can we take that off the task list? Surely we're done with 2021 by
We
now,
are,
aren't
we have to be done by now.
I don't know.
It's hard to get good work in that area.
Can we take it off the list?
Yeah.
I think we've had
You
quite
want
a
to put
few.
2023 on there instead?
Well, we've had quite a few financial recaps. I don't know. Do we need something on there?
I think we should.
What role does the Economic Development Committee have in kind of overseeing the Envision contract? I'm just,
That's can we have that discussion later? It's a-
Yeah,
It's a
I mean,
complicated question.
You mean
and, I
Envision's
mean,
overseeing that contract?
we have a steering committee
right.
that consists of some people on the Economic Development Committee and some people not, so.
But if that's the steering committee that's going to be making recommendations, that committee wasn't full. We have procedures in the code book about how we set up those committees, and that committee never went through that procedure.
Well, the steering committee was set up, and before we would make any recommendations, I would hold a committee meeting, and then we'd proceed that way.
Yeah.
So everybody who
does
involved.
the big announcement go through the committee, or does it come straight to
It's
council?
not anything that the committee would have to, well, it's complicated. Can we go over it another time? I really don't want to go into it, because it's not, the i's aren't dotted and the t's aren't crossed, and I just don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm happy to field any questions privately.
All right, we can do that. One last thing. You anything else? You're gonna, okay. We have selected and appointed Mr. Ben James to be the replacement maintenance supervisor. He's already been on the job.
And give us back a computer.
Yeah. And we are, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag here, but we're very close to hiring the 2 replacement labor type workers
Yes.
as well.
Two? I thought there was just one.
Well, Kevin and,
Oh, yeah, behind him,
we have
gotcha.
his.
Gotcha.
So we were really fortunate in that regard. We had a lot of good candidates, a lot of good resumes to sift through. We're very close to making a decision. Yeah, so,
Any progress on any job descriptions for part-time village administrator or fiscal officer?
progress, I think.
yeah, no, there's been good progress, and I'll talk with you privately about that, yes.
Well, I'll throw this out there. I think that you and Chuck and I can finalize it, because there's moving pieces that both affect Chuck and I, that would probably be good to have the three of us get on a cohesive page and launch it.
And
Yeah.
share something next meeting?
And that includes KPIs, right?
KPS.
Yeah.
Performance measure, yeah.
Does that include KPIs?
Yes. Yes.
It can't be measured, it can't be managed.
Ooh, that's weird.
All right, we out of here?
Can I just address council?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Real quick.
Yeah, before
You
everybody,
manage without measuring.
Make sure we're all.
I met whole
Yeah, I was
crew.
gonna say they're not on camera.
What? You gonna say something?
yeah, he wants to say
have
something.
to
Just,
go-
guys,
you
please,
have
please
to
sit still.
go